Hey, Virgo, Mel, intuitive coach here. Excited to bring in your February 2025 monthly reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Virgo, what is going on for you this month? Now, I am hearing the song by Ace of Base, The Sign. I got a new life. You would hardly recognize me, right? So there's something here about acknowledging truth or reaching a level of understanding, a level of awareness. You're seeing the sign, right? The sign is right in front of you. So there's some new beginning coming in. And I love that that song was showing up even before I pulled your first tarot card. You have the Ace of Wands. And you see that on this Ace of Wands, the fire is brimming with opportunity, with creativity. So you have a new life and you're celebrating it here in some way. And here you are showing up, Virgo, the Hermit. Now we are in a 9-year, which the Hermit is number 9. And we also are in the South Node of Virgo. So this is powerful. This is a big year for you. And you're seeing something from, a different perspective, a different lens. This could be a call for that deep work, that deep inner healing. 5 of Pentacles, bottom of the deck here. So it feels like you have been left out in the cold, all right, in the past, maybe abandoned. Perhaps you stayed in a situation that, they weren't for you, whether it was a person, just like in that song, whether it was a person, whether it was a job, a dynamic, it wasn't meant for you. And that's why it dispersed. That's why there was a call to action. But I will say here, you tried, you hung around. You may still be hanging around. And this is a month where you see the sign that's right in front of you. And I feel like it allows you to put something to rest, put something to ease, to recover. Okay, recover mentally, come back to a state of balance because your outcome is the world. Endings and new beginnings. This is next level. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Pentacles. So you're coming in from the cold here. Your key themes for the month of February, you have strength, you have the shadow work card, and the big energy between the two, you have milestones. Milestones. This is big, Virgo. It's accomplishments, victory. And as I say victory, this one shot out and it's health. So for some of you, this does have to do with more vitality. There could be a promotion coming in here. This is a reward, achievement, success. I see celebration around a new beginning. So this is quite exciting. So change is looming, change is here, change is on the horizon. You're definitely taking a look at buried energies and bringing them to the surface. This may also be your own insecurities or areas of lack or areas that we tend to procrastinate, right? Sometimes that hanged man energy can be procrastination until he sees the sign, right? Until he has that breakthrough, that epiphany, that wake up call. Because oftentimes you'll see on the hanged man, on that card, it's his crown chakra that is highlighted. And I feel like there is something big happening here for you this month that allows you to view your reality in a new way. You have the crone. This is a powerful archetype. So stay tuned. We have a lot to discuss. We'll look at career and love and health and finances, everything going on in your life. Now, of course, the key themes here, we have strength. This tells me you've gone through some stuff, Virgo. Yes, you have, but you're stronger than you think. This is the energy here of perseverance. It's about overcoming obstacles. It's about power as well. So personal power, empowerment. Perhaps there are themes around greed or power showing up around you as well, or even control. This also talks about fitness. Because health shot out of the deck, you may be seeing the signs that your body is warning you about, in a sense, because our body is constantly giving us intuitive insight into what's going on in our world and what's going on within us. So I feel like you're seeing something that you cannot unsee. And that's not a bad thing, because once you see it, yes, you may focus your time and your energy, but I feel like it's meant for you to see things from, again, a new perspective. You have the shadow work. This talks about inner healing, post-traumatic stress. Now, if you've been listening to me for a bit, I've been talking a lot about fight, flight, or fawn, because this has been such a powerful dynamic that's been playing out, where we drop into that fight, flight, or fawn, and it exerts or exhausts our adrenals. It causes us to feel mentally fatigued, and it causes our body to react in ways that we kind of shut down. That is the flight of it, right? We tend to shut down or become avoidant or disassociate, or we tend to feel like we're constantly fighting, right? It can be putting up walls, putting up barriers, getting ready to go to battle. It can be a sense of hyper vigilance even. Or there's the fawn, where we tend to overextend our beautiful energies and our hearts, which we don't often leave enough for ourselves. We don't fill our own cups first. And so you could be dealing with fight, flight, or fawn, maybe a combination of them. But this is also about therapy. It is about, buried trauma, emotions, addictions, and that could be what you are seeing now from a different perspective, because the shadow is not about running away from it. It's not about, trying to hide from it. I feel like you're facing something here. The shadow is meant to be embraced, because when we see the shadow and the light from a holistic perspective, because there cannot be, a shadow without the light. It feels like you are understanding things from a deeper, more spiritual sense of awareness. Maybe even past situations that you've gone through, right? You know that you may deserve better. You may deserve more. You may have had lessons around boundaries, or lessons around, what to fight for, what to, hang on to, back and forth. But I feel like there's a big victory coming in here for you. You've graduated. You've graduated from a very long journey or cycle for some of you. There may have even felt like it was delayed gratification, or it took you a few times. Maybe this is, the passing of a test or an exam. Maybe this is building up a business. Perhaps there's been some setbacks or some failures. But remember, failure is the stepping stone towards success. And even though we may get knocked down, right? It's like that old Chumbawamba song, I get knocked down, I get up again. So you are reaching the next level of your soul's journey. And this could be a new promotion as well. It can be a new relationship. It can be changes around your health. There's a lot happening here for you. And I feel like it's not just one area, because what's happening is internal. It's going to affect your external world in your relationships as well, how you see things, how you view things, because that is what's shifting here, your perspective, the lens in which you view your reality is starting to look a bit different. Now, bottom of the deck, you have divine guidance. I love when this card shows up, because this is you calling in the big dogs. It's you connecting to the higher realms, whether this be the angelic realm, this can be ascended masters, those in spirit, your loved ones, your ancestors. Okay, I feel like you are asking for guidance and you're also connecting here. Remember what I said about spiritual awareness? You may be connecting to some new guides, or for those of you that have never really connected much with your spirit guides, pay attention because there are signs showing up for you, symbols, synchronicities that you are aware of, you're gaining access to. You may be seeing everything as a sign. Okay, even driving down the road, you may actually see, a billboard sign that says fresh start or new beginning or life begins here, something of that nature. And I feel like you're receiving the yes, the go ahead, that you are safe, that you are protected, that you have this angelic support, that your prayers are answered here or are being answered, and that you have the spiritual strength. Look at that spiritual strength with this as well, that you will embrace and accept this assistance, because there's a miracle brewing. And A Course in Miracles says that basically a miracle is a change in perception, and that's that hanged man that we see. All right, seeing something from a different viewpoint. Let's dive into the tarot. You have the Ace of Wands. I love this ace. Now, aces, all of them are gifts. They are the seeds. The Ace of Wands specifically is a new beginning regarding, maybe your creativity, your ideas, your potential. Wands are spiritual. They are our passion, our creativity, what inspires us. So I feel like this Ace of Wands for you, Virgo, is the seed of conception here. There is the potential, your own potential here to move forward and to tap into that collective consciousness here, tap into that creative consciousness. You have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of insights, and you're excited. You're excited about the magic that is taking place. Now, 3 of Cups, 3 months or the 3rd month could be significant. That would land us right in March. Okay, maybe even March, April, if this is 3 months from maybe now or the time these readings come out. You will be celebrating. There's a celebration. I feel like this is March, okay? Even though this is a February reading, it feels like, this is starting, this is beginning, but maybe the physical manifestation of it, like the cheers, the yes, fully shows up in March. So I sense that this is either a raise for some of you. It could be a reunion, the passing of a test. It could be a social event. It can be anything that, includes you. This is an inclusion, not an exclusion, right? It's feeling like you are a part of something instead of feeling like you are left out, because we have the Judgment right below the 5 of Pentacles. So if there's been a judgment that has been made, I feel like you're celebrating how far you've come on your journey. And this is good karma. It is you being able to move forward because you've been in this place of introspection, soul searching. She's sitting in front of the fire and she has the owl in the tree above her. She's been gaining wisdom, maybe even vision. Some of you are visionaries and your 3rd eye chakra may be opening more, Virgo. So do pay attention to that. You may also be very clairsentient, where you feel things, you just know certain things as well. And you may also work best with fire, okay? Maybe even scrying into fire or fire like magic. Maybe this has to do with candles as well. But I see that you have this burst of momentum, this burst of energy. And it's going to be at times a little difficult to try to balance everything out, but you can do it because you have the 2 of Pentacles showing up here. The 2 of Pentacles, you see that this young witch is standing on a teeter-totter. And he's juggling up the 2 coins, which are creating that infinity symbol, right? Infinite possibilities, infinite opportunities out there. Now the cat is jumping over the fence, about to land on one side of the teeter-totter. So what you are doing now is you're learning how to balance your body, your mind, and your soul. So when anything comes in and distracts you in your outer world, and maybe you're not prepared for it mentally, physically, emotionally, or even spiritually, it can throw you off track. But because you have been on this inner wisdom path, right? This journey of, I'm getting also prophet, okay? Some of you are prophesizing. You may even be connecting to someone who has prophetic visions, maybe a seer, a psychic, a healer, a coach, a mentor. I feel like you are finding ways to stay calm within crisis, or find that balance within and without. So the Two of Pentacles also is weighing up some pros and cons. If I move in this direction, what may I need to sacrifice over here? Because remember, it is tethered to the Hanged Man. So some sacrifices may need to be made at this time in order for you to grow the seed that is showing up here. You may have to take a look at where your energy, your commitments, your attention lies and say, okay, well, maybe I cannot continue putting the energy over here as long or as much as I have been, but maybe I can scale that back and apply some of that energy over here. So basically you are realigning at this time and you're saying, how can I make this work? How can I bring balance into maybe work or play or health? And yeah, sacrifices are made, but when you see the outcome, I mean, this is beautiful. It's going to be worth it. So you're seeing things from, a kaleidoscope type of view where it's not just one way of thinking. You're looking at it from the grand scale, the bigger picture thinking here. And I also see with the King of Swords, you're getting disciplined. You're getting disciplined. You see that his sword is right on the book there. He has a whole library behind him. And he also has a window of opportunity. And it feels like you have the education or you have the knowledge to take with you on this path, or you have learned about something. Okay, you've worked hard to get here. The King of Swords is very, very intelligent. He is very logical. He is very experienced and very strategic. So you know what you're doing here. I don't feel like you're going in blindly, right? The King of Swords is clever. If you're dealing with any legal issues as well, because sometimes he can work in law enforcement or the legal system, the justice system. He can also be military, advisor. He gets his answers from his head. And I just see that there's going to be some structure or discipline, maybe even a routine that is going to be beneficial for you. Okay, be beneficial for you. But try not to let obsessive thoughts creep in with the Four of Swords, because the Four of Swords is saying don't overthink it. You can keep it simple. And that's what the King of Swords is all about. He sticks to the logic facts of things, and that really is simple, because typically facts are facts. There's no sugarcoating around it. There's no humming and hawing or this or that. I mean, he's straight to the point. So you don't have to overdo it or obsess about it here with this Four of Swords. Rejuvenate, take a break, give yourself that R&R that perhaps you are looking forward to. Some of you could even be traveling, or if this is a court case, maybe you're finally able to put something to rest with the Four of Swords. You see that she's sleeping there. She has the stars and the sun behind her, and she's put up her hat. She's put up her broom. She's resting peacefully. She's not in that constant state of fight or flight. She's not in that constant state of, the shadow. I feel like there's peace that is coming with this Four of Swords. Your outcome energy is the World. The World is one of my favorite cards in tarot because it is, graduation. It's a new beginning. It's a sense of wholeness, a sense of completion, enlightenment, victory. It also reminds you that the world is your oyster, that you are the creator of your world. She's also sitting on the beach. She has a beautiful beach home in the background. She has her pineapple and her watermelon. Those could be beneficial fruits for you at this time, okay? Pineapple and watermelon. Some of you may have some sensitivities to bread or to gluten. Keep that in mind as well. But I also see with this world, you may be traveling, okay? Preparing to travel, maybe even meeting someone at a distance. For others of you, you could be working with like international clients. There may be financial changes that have to do with like global impacts, but I feel like you are reaching the next level here. It feels like this is beneficial to you. Whatever is going on, maybe externally, actually helps you grow and by leaps and bounds, grow spiritually, maybe financially, emotionally. You've gone through some things here, but it also helps you connect to your tribe, connect to your people. There's a message here about coming together with your loved ones, strengthening the bonds that are currently in your life. But I also feel like you've taken the time out to focus on you, and you may have separated yourself from others. That may have been necessary, or you may have needed to do that. Maybe even distance yourself from news or social media or drama in some way. And that's a good thing. All right, so let's look at health. What else do we have for health? Some of you, perhaps there's been depression or maybe even mental health. Some of you may have felt like you had either a bit of a mental breakdown. Maybe there were some sleeping and sleepless nights, like tossing and turning here. With the Four of Swords, I'm also getting recovery. You may have had to recover where you were bedridden in some way. Yeah, you weren't able to really move much. Maybe you were immobile. You may have had to walk with a cane or maybe a wheelchair. For others of you, I see that you may have overindulged in maybe foods or substances. I feel like you're finding balance within that now. You're saying, okay, what areas have I been putting off, or why am I not feeling good? Do I need to work on, exercising more, cutting out some sugars instead of feeling stagnant here or complacent? Like, what can you do to shift perceptions here? All right, what else do we have for health? Oh, you're getting some answers. So you may be working with a health professional who's very clear, very blunt, and to the point, right? They don't want to sugarcoat things. They're going to tell you, this is what I feel it is. This is how you can move forward. And so there is, of course, a little discernment here, but I feel like this person knows their stuff. They have a whole library behind them. So not only are they book smart, but they also have the wisdom and the experience as well. So you could be working with someone new that is getting you answers when it comes to some health issues. And you may actually feel like you're making progress. You may have come to a major journey here regarding your health, and you're wrapping it up here. You're wrapping it up, and you're finally able to kind of keep something at bay in a way. All right, let's look at finances, abundance, wealth, money. You have a lot of cards that came out. So you've been dealing with maybe someone either sneaky, or perhaps there was a part of yourself that was in denial about a situation, or maybe there was just someone that was feeding you empty promises, kind of working you to the bone. Maybe some of you may have felt stuck in your job or in your career for a bit with that Hanged Man. You have the Mask card, Virgo. The Mask can be about secrets, saving, finding money. It may even be about your own potential, tapping into your hidden potential, some of your own spiritual gifts. And I see that the masks are coming off, all right? If it feels like there has been masks that have been hiding the the truth from view, or if something has been very secretive or there has been empty promises. I just feel like there's a sword coming in, kind of cutting through that here. And maybe it's the Ace of Wands, maybe it's the wand kind of coming in saying, okay, how can I be the change that I wish to see? You have the Skull card. So you've gone through a bit of a rough patch. Okay, maybe you had to borrow money, you were feeling low on cash. You may have even had to deal with some personal stuff, maybe your own healing and health. You may have taken care of an elderly parent or a loved one. Maybe you had a child who was ill. It just feels like you were either out of work, or you went through or are going through a bit of a period of reinvention. A lot of you are healers. Okay, you are on this healing path, as we all are, but you may be called to do this professionally. Okay, you could be a nurse, massage therapist. You may be doing Reiki, learning acupuncture. I feel like your calling also could be to teach. There's something about teaching or coaching or mentoring here, Virgo. You have the laborer. Your hard work will be rewarded soon. And you've been in a space where you're like, how much longer can I keep going? Or how much more can I be putting towards this? I feel stuck. Like, when am I going to see progress? Well, the world is coming up here. The world is completion. Perhaps some of you are in the construction industry, maintenance, painting, or any kind of labor work. Don't be afraid of hard work. What lasts won't come easy. But I'm getting another message here. It feels like you have been dealing with people who may have been kind of sitting around or not using their time effectively. That could be why I see changes coming in towards discipline or structure. Like, time management seems to be part of the mix. Maybe coming up with a good routine, and also making sure that you're not doing the work of 20 people. It feels like you have had some heavy burdens. Now, if you are a business owner and you've become so big, or you are starting to really blossom, you may need to bring in extra help, maybe a lawyer, some of you, maybe someone who can help you market. I feel like there's additional resources or help with the Three of Cups here. And you have change. There's a change for the better coming your way. Embrace it. Just because you don't see any movement doesn't mean nothing is happening. There's the Hanged Man. We often don't see within that Hanged Man energy, because sometimes it's like a stop. We halt, we stop, and then we stay in that for a bit, and we're like, wait a second, what's happening here? When are we going to start moving? But you have this change card, and it says sometimes to see the change, you must be the change. Didn't we say that earlier? And you have the Health card. Some situations that need resolution will be resolved and healed mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. So health, you may be a health practitioner even. Health could be on the forefront. This is you regaining your strength. Maybe this is a milestone when it comes to health. It's time to replenish your energy and fully energize to prepare for what's next. That's that Three of Cups, the 3 months. So there's something big, some movement here that you're gearing up for come March. And that makes sense because that's the beginning of the astrological new year. It's Aries season. And then you have Treasure. This is your outcome energy. Beautiful. This is about worry-free finances, having money in reserve, having money in maybe your retirement accounts. This could even be having money to buy food and have food on your table or in your refrigerator or in your pantry. Some of you could be in sales. Perhaps you are connecting to your hidden talents, which is showing up twice now for you. You could be planning. Perhaps you are an executive assistant for some of you. And I feel like you're planning how to embrace the treasure long term. So there could be some moves that you make this month that put you in a long-standing position. You may be shuffling some things around, okay? Shuffling around maybe even some rates. You may be getting better rates here. You may be taking a look at You know, the Hanged Man, something you've been paying for quite some time. You may actually get a better discount, maybe going elsewhere. Sometimes we tend to stick with an insurance plan, right? Maybe insurance rates for like a vehicle, and we tend to stick with them for a while, not really taking a look at other things out there. And maybe you are adjusting some rates, or you may get better plans elsewhere because resources was coming in for you. So I feel like you are opening up to different ways of seeing things, and that could benefit you financially. All right. Financially and many other ways as well. Let's look at love. Love, romance, family, an abundance of self-love here. Now you do have self-love coming in actually. This is on the love card. February is known as the love month, not just because of Valentine's Day, but because it's a 2 month, and 2s are about partnerships. So there could be choices around partnerships this month. This is about unconditional love. And to me, that is when we are able to tap into the cosmic heart. This is self-love and a feeling of wholeness. There's that world. This is affection and attraction. It's selflessness. So you really are able to tap into love all around you, regardless of relationship status. This is the ability to see the love flowing in all things, in all creation, the cosmic heart. Some of you are connecting with someone new, okay, with the Ace of Wands. There's a lot of passion. The Ace of Wands is a spark. It's a new beginning. So if there is someone new on your radar, or if you are looking to call someone new in, this is a good month for it. Because there's insane chemistry. There's sparks flying, quite literally. We're talking here about the Ace of Wands. You see the sparks that are up in the air. This is about equal interest, having fun, even burning desire. You could be sitting in front of a fireplace with someone, as we talked about earlier. I mean, this can be about shifting into a new beginning, where if you've been single for quite some time, perhaps you are opening yourself up to love, up to a new relationship. For those of you that have been in a rocky situation with someone, I feel like that is coming to an end, because you have the golden mirror. This is being held up for a reason, right? For you to be able to see something from a different angle. Just like when you hold up that mirror, you can see behind you. You can see a lot of different angles that you wouldn't normally have without that reflection. Perhaps you were dealing with a narcissist, someone who may have love bombed you. Maybe they were very self-absorbed in their own world, their own energy, and it caused some shadows, some things to be looked at here. And I also see an energy feels very one-sided, and you may be rebalancing your life after that has occurred here for you. And if you are married, if you are in, a high level commitment, there could be a celebration possibly of a win. Okay, I'm getting a win, or there's some news that's coming in, possibly around a home or travel. You do have the teddy bear. You have the poker face as well, something that may have been hidden, but you're finally ready to take a chance. There's the ace as well showing up on the poker card. So this is about risks and options, taking a gamble. Because someone is interested in you, someone wants to date you. This could be a re-spark to an existing relationship, maybe even a second honeymoon, maybe remembering why you fell in love with someone in the first place. There could be something fun planned in the month of February between you and a lover, you and a family member, perhaps you and maybe a child or a parent. Someone could be getting a teddy bear here as well. Someone may be visiting a place that has fairy lights, or has a lot of blinking or sparkling lights is what I'm picking up on here for you. All right. Last but not least, Virgo, you have the crone. Now, the crone is very, very wise. When you think of, I think it's the child, the mother, and the crone is the series, I believe, in this deck. But the crone is the one that has grown, right? She's the one that has that experience under her belt. So I'm just going to find the crone here for you. I don't want to waste your precious time, so one moment. All right, the crone is the witch, the old woman, the sage. The crone has seen it all. Nothing frightens or surprises her. She is the final manifestation in the feminine trifecta of maiden, mother, and crone. In her long life, she's witnessed endless cycles of death, sex, failure, rebirth, conflict, and regeneration, giving her the ability to rise above the world of duality. She laughs at notions of good or bad, right or wrong, as she has seen the earth churning, smoldering, taking life and giving life. The crone energy accepts everything in, devouring beauty and suffering with the same mouth, using their energy to reveal hidden secrets and knowledge. Her energy resides in all of us, though it is feared by most for its power and unconventional relationship with death and the macabre. Awakening the crone is dangerously rich and unapologetically magic. When we are in the light, this is magic and clairvoyance. And didn't I say that for you earlier? Something about opening up your gift of clairvoyance, your third eye chakra. This is psychic. This is intuitive. This is wise. When it's in the dark energy, it's vindictive, it's bitter, it's isolating, it's ostracizing. And I said that earlier as well with the Five of Pentacles, being left out in the cold, ostracized here. The Hermit, you've gone through a period of reflection, but I feel like you can also see the duality. That's that Two of Pentacles as well. I love the context of the card here, specifically around the mouth, right? Being able to take it in, the good, the bad, the right or the wrong as well, using the same mouth, beauty and suffering with the same mouth. It says her energy resides in us all. Again, if you want to go deeper in this energy, check out Baba Yaga, Lilith, Hecate, or Dhumavati. The crone has a difficult time tolerating superficial, petty, day-to-day musings. She moves away from such relationships and seeks a deeper path, even if this means a more solitary life. All right, and that could be some of you as well with that Hermit. And then lastly, the crone is the master of letting go and residing in what is. She rejects nothing. The crone is often seen with the crow, smoke, night, the moon, and you have this full moon energy on the Three of Cups. So do pay attention to the full moon in the month of February, because that could be a very powerful time of death and rebirth, right? There is this process here. You've seen it all. A lot of you have gone through a lot with that Strength card, with the shadow, but instead of letting yourself succumb to one path, one way or the other, this is about you finding that balance and, again, accepting everything and rejecting nothing in a way. That is what I have for you, Virgo. If this resonates, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Thank you so much for tuning in. Lots of love.